Hey, coffee cuties, we are back with another banger. And today we are back with another reaction video where I give my raw and unfiltered opinion about viral topics surrounding coily natural hair. And today we definitely have a banger indeed because I was recently scrolling on TikTok and I seen a creator make a video about how the high fashion industry always seems to want to cut off Black women's hair. So I definitely noticed this. Leave down below if you have as well. So let's go ahead and get into some videos. So unfortunately, the original creator, I'm not sure if they put the video on private, if they just took the video off TikTok or whatever the case may be, but I cannot find the original video that sparked the conversation. But nevertheless, we're just going to go ahead and improvise and pull up another video that had similar conversation about it. Read some comments. You know how we do. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into video number one.
Have you ever noticed how many Black women in high fashion have buzz cuts? If you have, you're not making things up. This is a documented practice within the fashion industry, with fashion insiders confirming that Black models with short hair are preferable. But why is this? For many years, Black models have spoken out about their treatment backstage, with hairstylists often avoiding Black models because they don't know how to manage their hair, or worse, doing their hair and completely ruining it, or making racist comments like these. So after years of critique and demand for stylists that actually know how to work with Black hair textures, it seems the response is to not do their hair at all. Fashion's current intrigue into dark-skinned models is promising, but is representation really a win if the knowledge required for our hair is not being catered to? Moreover, it's important to remember the implications of shaving women's hair. In the West, the practice being associated with punishment, and in Africa, some women shave their hair when they become widows. As beautiful as these models are and how important it is to celebrate their space in the industry, when do we begin to critique the fetishism that's clearly coming into play? There's an incredible article with
Alrighty, so what are your opinions about what your girl had to say? So she definitely laid a lot out there, gave a lot of insight. So one thing that I did not think about prior to this little video that I saw is the racist comment. So it's one thing if you don't have the education to be able to properly take care of coily natural hair, but you got the nerve to be racist as well. That is very unfortunate that Black high fashion models and just models in general and Black women and men within the entertainment industry have to go through that. But let's go ahead and read a few comments before I give some more commentary. So someone said, hire me. I love all things Black hair. Someone else said, they act like it's so hard to hire Black hairstylists. Someone else said, and this could be easily solved if more Black hairstylists were hired. I definitely agree with all the comments. Like, what's so hard about hiring someone who understands coily natural hair? What's the deal? The budget is definitely there as they have stylists backstage, but they choose to, for whatever reason, they want to hire Black models, but they don't want to properly accommodate what is needed for them to look their best. And that includes the proper makeup artist, the proper hairstylist, and everything in between. That is super unfortunate, but when it comes to this conversation, again, the lack of education is definitely there surrounding Black hair in the entertainment industry in general. And they honestly seem like they don't want to do anything to try to properly educate themselves whatsoever. That's why I feel like it is very important for us as Black people to come together and basically attempt to get some ownership in the media space so that we can control our own narratives and the conversations around our hair, so we can hire people that understands coily natural hair. Now, I will say that there is someone like a Tyler Perry who has Tyler Perry Studios. I will give him kudos because he does hire a lot of Black actors and he does create stars out of them. And some of them are just unknown people, and then he, basically gives them an opportunity, and some of them do go on to do great things. So I will state that first. But when it comes to the hair department, he even misses the mark. I don't know why the budget is not put into hairstylist. He's right in Atlanta, but he be having the wigs looking crazy. I don't know what's going on. So unfortunately, sometimes even when the Black headline, it is a Black owned studio, sometimes they even miss the mark as well. Something else that came to mind when it comes to this whole conversation about Black high fashion models needing to, or force them to basically cut their hair off, is the Tyra Banks show. So if you're a millennial, you definitely are going to likely remember America's Next Top Model, as it definitely had the millennial girls in the chokehold. Leave down below if you attempted to go to any of the auditions and think that you was going to be the next big thing. I'll raise my hand because I know I sure did. When I was 17, I went. And unfortunately, I was underage. So who knows what the future may have held. But I'm not even over 5'9". But by the time the 5'7" and below cycle came around, your girl was over it. But nevertheless, I remember on America's Next Top Model when it would be black models, it would seem like they will always have to get a buzz cut. Like, what is up with that? Either a weave or a buzz cut, no in between. Even there was a girl from Cycle 5 named Bree, and she actually was on the shorter girl season. I believe it was Cycle 5. Believe down below if I'm incorrect. She had beautiful hair. I would say that her hair was more curly coily. I'm not sure what letter, what number, all of that. But nevertheless, she had beautiful natural hair. And she came back for the redemption season, and they basically made her cut off her hair that she was making a lot of money from, because she was primarily like a hair model. And then they eliminated her the next week. There were so many stories like that. But when they did that to Brie, that pissed me off, because at first when she came on, they allowed her to keep her beautiful curly hair. I think they added a few extensions for volume or something like that. But when she came back, they cut it all off and then they kicked her off. That was so harsh. But nevertheless, there's just so many examples of this time and time again. I definitely also want to address the fact that sometimes, in my opinion, they want to push a more masculine aesthetic on black women. So that is why I feel like they give them that buzz cuts to attempt to strip away from their feminine essence and put them, like I said, in a more masculine essence next to the models that are of other admixtures or races. So this has been happening, unfortunately, since the beginning of time when it comes to black women and our beauty, and it's just still being highlighted in 2025 within the fashion industry. So I also want to state though, even with a buzz cut, as you can see the two beautiful models on the screen, Anokia, Anokia, I hope I'm saying her name right, but nevertheless, the girl from South Sudan who's definitely making headlines as a beautiful black dark skinned model. Um, these people still stand out. Their beauty is just undeniable, no matter if they have long hair, short hair, or everything in between. And I feel like no matter if the curly hair is short or if it's long, you cannot complete with the beauty of a beautiful black woman in her natural state with her natural hair that matches our features the best, frames our face the best, and everything in between. And no matter how much they try to hold that back from black women by attempting to give them that masculine appearance, the beauty still shines through. So that is definitely the message. Even if you're not in the high fashion industry, if you have to do a big chop, our cheekbones are going to be popping, them jawlines are going to be popping, the collarbones, everything in between. Just we don't have to even have hair, and we're still going to be the topic in the conversation at all times. But I do want to close out by saying once again, when it comes to our image as black women, if hair is something that you feel like basically contributes to your beauty, that's why I personally feel like if we don't own it, we cannot control it. And that's why we definitely need to be focusing on ownerships in all avenues so that we can hire black hairstylists, so we can hire black models. So for example, if you have a clothing line, definitely support black business so that they can have the budgets to hire these models and have them appear at different types of beauties, not just a buzz cut. So we can represent black women in our full essence and not just a look that the modeling industry wants to push as the standard of beauty for black women. We can control our own standards of beauty. There's so many beautiful ways that we come, so many shades, so many ways we wear our hair besides just a buzz cut, so many everything in between. So we definitely need to be focusing on ownership so that we can avoid this continuing on in the future. But before we go, I did find a black model who also shared her experiences about the black being black rather in the modeling industry, and how they always want to force you to chop off your hair for whatever reason. So I definitely thought this story was interesting. So I'm going to go ahead and play what your girl had to say, give some commentary, and then come back with more. So let's go ahead and see.
What's the obsession with cutting black models' hair? I need to know. So I'm currently in the process of being signed to a modeling agency. And in this process, people are giving me feedback about things they, think I need to change or whatever, advice. So this one agent's like, I really think if you cut your hair, that would be such a good look. Now, a while ago, I went to somebody, had my hair straightened, and she's like, okay, you can take your tracks out. And I'm like, this is my hair. And she was like, oh, okay. And then she's talking about dyeing my hair bleach, blonde. And it's like, it feels like at every corner, you guys are just trying to like damage my hair. It's just like, I just don't get it. But this is the kicker. You can go to one person who's like, hey, I love your fro. This is the money maker. This is the seller. So you end up cutting it for one person and then you end up losing money. It's just like, you never know until you know. but you're hoping that you're trusting the advice of these people. But at the same time, I don't want to come here, and guess what? I'm not cutting my hair. It's not happening. What's the upside?
Alrighty, so what are your opinions about what your girl had to say? In my personal opinion, I agree with the fact that's why it's important to just be confident within yourself because, like she stated, one person will tell you, hey, you need a buzz cut. Next person will be like, hey, I like your hair straight. I like a weave. I like a wig and everything in between. You just have to know what is best for you and go with that. And you may get some no's and then you'll get some yeses as well. And just be confident in the fact that you're showing up being the best you can be, and at the end of the day, that's all you can do. And this is not only for the high fashion modeling industry, this is just for life in general. There's just so many narratives being pushed on us as Black women. Oh, you need this type of body type. Oh, you're too skinny. Oh, you're too fat. Oh, you're too this. Oh, you're too loud. You're just everything in between. That's why it is, again, confidence is going to be the key word when it comes to all of this, all of these conversations. But let's see what a few people have to say. So someone else said, it's a way to market you as Eurocentric in the Eurocentric market. But I say if you want to keep your hair, keep it. And then she actually said a lot of these markets actually love curly hair and froze. Someone else said, I'm inclined to say it's about humbling them and basically exerting power over how they value themselves and their authentic Blackness in a world that places white fascination and features above all others. I definitely agree with that 100%. It could definitely be used as a humbling tactic, as a way to put European beauty standards more on a pedestal than Black beauty, quote unquote, even though, like I stated before, no matter if our hair is short, long, fro, buzz cut, everything in between, I feel like our beauty is going to shine through regardless. And we are always the highlight in the topic, in the conversation, even when it comes to the runway. You cannot deny the beauty of these Black, beautiful models that are making headway. Some were displayed in the first video. But I am more curious to know what you all think about the subject. Is this something that you notice, don't notice? If you're in the modeling industry or ever was, were you forced to get the buzz cut? Or what was your experience overall being backstage with the makeup artist, with the hairstylist, everything in between? I'm definitely curious to know what everyone's thoughts are of this subject. But also, in the meantime, be sure to check out my bio on the way out. Coffee Cutie mugs are on sale. Membership channel is currently being revamped. Also, at the time of this recording, we are 598 people away from the goal of 10K. So definitely continue to subscribe. Telling friends to tell other friends that it's Liddy over here. Also, thank you so much to each and every one of you who contributes to the comment section. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Even if I don't have time to respond to each comment, I definitely see it and appreciate the love and support for this past year as I officially celebrate 1 year on YouTube. And I've pretty much been consistent for the full year. So you all have been right along with me for the journey. So thank you, thank you, thank you so much. But this is the end of this video. So until next time, see ya.